Hello. Tell these strings at home. Give one last breath in of time. We give and we forgive. Could be so long. That is all the rise and would go away. And what's left of the Amisha haters would not be so lonely. I saw from the that would see you didn't see. Quote of the day. It's better to go off course once in a while than to get caught in analysis paralysis any day. At least you find time to check a break once in a while, if anything. Mabel Thompson. Mabel Thompson is a human brain design expert. And it really should be catch a break, not check a break, so I'm sorry for that mispronunciation and misspelling there. I do want to remind you that there is going to be something really special that is going to be planned today, actually. And you know this based off of yesterday's video, and I apologize for that being the way it was. However, okay. Now it's time for the next segment, which is Michael Lennox's Red Robe Astrology. I just want to give you a little background to Michael Lennox. He is a dream expert, a dream reader, and also an astrologer who deals with consciously embodying astrological energies, which are in forecast and general natal energies. He has a podcast called Conscious Embodiment where he talks about the astrology of the week and also brings people on or interprets their dreams. He also is a member of Colibjorn Reads, the intuitive thought leader, spiritual teacher, and founder of Oracle School, Oracle card expert, singer-songwriter. She has what is called Oracle Circle. It's a membership program where Michael Lennox does astrological readings for full moons and new moons and other astrological topics. From time to time, he does come on and call it Baron Reed's channel and Michael Lennox Inspire Nation to have conversations about the upcoming astrology forecast for the year and 1/2 of the year, months of that half of the year and that year, or whatever the topic and forecast may be.
Robe Astrology for December 6th. Hey kids, Red Robe Astrology for December 16th. Kind of a transitional day. Mercury and Mars are very busy over the weekend, so There might even be some brewing of excited conversations at forks in the road that are driven by tomorrow's energy, but they're applying today. So if you see like a new idea or a track change, be flexible today. That energy is building. Meanwhile, today's really just all about the moon. The moon's in Virgo right now, and we're going to move through in the first half of this day, Pacific time, the third quarter moon. The sun and moon in a 90-degree angle halfway between the full moon behind us and the next new moon. So the astrological trope of the third quarter moon is that at the full moon, we are harvesting the benefit and able to release unconscious impulses because the light of the unconscious is brightest. Then a week later, the sun and the moon are at odds with each other, and the lunar phase that's about to start is called the disseminating moon. We are charged in this third quarter moon to disseminate our newly acquired wisdom out into the world, so we might be tested on that. That's the astrological trope. The energy of the day with the third quarter moon is just that we're a little bit at odds between our conscious awareness and our unconscious impulses in the first half of the day. That can breed a little bit of stress. Then at 11:48 a.m. Pacific, right in the middle of my time zone day, the moon will go through like a 30-minute void and move into Libra, changing the backdrop from the precision of Virgo to the balance and harmony and Venus-ruled sensibilities of the Libra moon. Now, the lunar aspects are a little agitated, like more agitated than harmonious, but still, we'll feel that change of the Libra moon in our little bodies. So, again, Mercury and Mars are busy over the weekend. That stuff might be brewing today, so my watchword of this whole week is be curious, be flexible, have at it. Hey kids, Red Robe Astrology.
So as discussed, we are having a third quarter moon today. We do have the sun and moon squaring, and the sun and moon are at 90 degrees. And when the sun and moon are at 90 degrees, this means that they are not getting along. There's tension between them. They're fighting in a war. So the sun's in Sagittarius, which is very giddy and happy-go-lucky and all about having a party and enjoying life. And Virgo is about precision and details and cleansing and purifying and putting order out of chaos. And so Virgo wants to keep everything clean and neat, and Sagittarius wants to, again, celebrate life, indulge all those types of things, and look at the big picture and not get caught and stuck in all the details. That's the conflict. And so you can imagine your ego self and your emotional self having that kind of war. So that is going on today. Recapping Mercury and Mars, Mars is currently retrograde in Gemini. It began its retrograde October 30th. It's going to stay retrograde until January 12th. The actual retrograde season happened from the 3rd of September through the 5th of September, and sometime in the middle of March, around the 15th, Mars will leave its shadow behind and move on. Mars entered Gemini on August 20th, 2022, and will finally leave Gemini March 25th, 2023, only to trine Saturn in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces later in the month. It also trines Saturn from Mars in Gemini, Saturn in Aquarius on September 28th and November 28th. Mars also came into tense contact with Neptune, creating a square for October 12th, November 19th, and it will be doing it again around the 12th to 14th of March next year, making an exact square from Mars to Neptune. And the same thing goes with Saturn. Mars trines Saturn. Mercury is also in its shadow. It started December 12th. It's going to end on February 6th. Mercury originally entered Capricorn December 9th, December 6th. It is going to leave Capricorn finally on February 11th and enter Aquarius. But so Mars is going to start going retrograde December 29th, and then it's going to continue going retrograde until January 18th, 2023 in Capricorn, which deals with our goals, our ambitions, our achievements, our career life, and are we planning and strategizing for the future, and how is that all working out? Mars in Gemini is about having the gift of the gab and really using your intellect and the power of your mind to get ahead. With the Mars retrograde, you could be feeling scattered, overwhelmed, unmotivated. It's time to go in and reflect and relaunch past initiatives, not to start new ones, and not initiate battles, and not hold things in, but get it out of your system. So, that is what is going on. And whenever a planet is going retrograde, it does have a reflective kind of energy to it. We're going inward. We're reevaluating our lives during the retrograde time with whatever planet's going retrograde in whatever sign it is in, and whatever area of your chart, such as the house that it is affecting in your own natal chart, based off of certain degrees and natal placements in your chart. So that is all the astrology for today. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just shift gears with you. And what I'm going to do is I am going to hope maybe I have something, I don't know. All right, here. So that is not correct. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, please forgive me because this is going to be a little bit, you know what? I actually need to finish talking about something that I didn't talk about the other day. Now, I was all absorbed in what I needed to do that I forgot to speak about the whole point of yesterday's video. So I'm going to cover that again. So I just want you to be aware of that. So endurance. Let's just talk about endurance. Let's just speak about endurance. Now, what do we think about when we think of endurance? Well, we could think of the title in the book. What book am I referring to? I am referring to a book written by Ernest Shackleton. And it is most definitely titled Endurance. What does this word refer to? Now let's look at that book first of all. What does the book refer to? What is the book about? The book is about a man who was on a ship with a bunch of sailors who ended up in South Georgia. Who just ended up in South Georgia. But he didn't just end up in South Georgia. No. Quite a 180 to that. He went to Antarctica and his ship got caught in ice. Then boats had to be put into the ocean for them to go from one island to another to reach South Georgia to a whaling station to get some assistance. However, The ride across the ocean was brutal, it was intense, it was violent, it was a living hell. The waves were up and down, there were, storms, the waves were really big, water got into the ship, the boat tossed and turned, there were violent winds. That's how it was. And then you reach South Georgia, and then you have a mountain to climb and to try to get to the whaling station. On foot and reaching hills, and you talk about Triton Bridge as a lyric in the song Rhythm of Life. I mean, this is no light matter at all of what they had to endure. This means to survive through something, to push through something, to hang in there when it gets tough, when you feel like giving up. Hang in there. Keep plodding along, no matter how difficult, how hopeless, how strenuous, how unharmonious it is. For your, Jill Blaines or whatever part of your body. Never give up. Keep at that challenge. Keep working through that challenge. Persist through it. Don't give up. That's really key. Now, an example of this would be quite stately claimed. I had to take a test the other day, and this was no easy test. You want to know what it was? It was a very strenuous test. Okay, I'm not going to slip into that, sorry. But anyway, I had to basically analyze 5 poems in 2 hours. It was unbelievable. I had to answer questions which are very in-depth and high-order thinking questions which involved a lot of analysis when it has to do with the poetic elements, the meaning of the poem, etc. It was rough. By the end of the 3rd poem, I was done. Now, thank goodness I had that computer. Thank goodness I could use Word. I mean, I cannot imagine how you can do really good analysis with those 5 poems in 2 hours with a final, writing it by hand, trying to analyze 5 poems in 2 hours. I mean, I think the teacher is a little bit out of your mind. She is Rudyard in the works, tough, harsh, serious, traditional, means business, demanding, and has high expectations. Just dropping into where the South Node is not right now. I mean, we are not living in 2013, but let me tell you, just stick to how it's always been done. I mean, you need to really reevaluate what you decide to do and how you set things up, and not have false expectations for everything, and do really really well. Because they're not. especially after a semester of classes and other finals that they may be doing, things to worry about, such or work, all that. Yeah. Here's a little bit of a distorted, empowering statement here. Now, it taught me. I mean, the North Node is in Taurus right now, and it was fated. I feel like it was fated. I feel like it was fate. Okay, North Node in Taurus. Work smart. Slow down. Take a break if you need to. Slow and steady. Don't rush. Enjoy the process. Put the quality into it. All those themes. The universe was giving me a test and a challenge, trying to tell me to, put me in a situation where I had to, reach that North Node, that true node, that northern star, as opposed to Scorpio, just completely, just really doing it with intensity. That's Scorpio. It's so driven, so committed, and so emotionally passionate desire to reach a goal. However, it's the South Node, and the South Node is what's falling away, what we need to move away from, what's no longer serving us. At the South Node's downside, we need to abandon the South Node. I'm moving to the North Node. That is another way of saying we need to use the high traits of the South Node to reach the North Node. I mean, these things intertwine and overlap with the South Node and North Node. I mean, this is stuff I've been talking about for months now. I mean, throughout the whole year of 2022, I have been interested. I have been invested in the nodes. I mean, I'm going to either do a Mercury series, a Mars series, a Saturn series, or North Node, South Node series next year. It'll all depend on what people decide at the poll next year. I have stuff set up. I have polls I've scheduled. And I want to get feedback from the audience so that I know what astrological planetary series to make, because there's a lot you can do, and yeah. So I do poll selectively. Now, endurance. That was my example. And after a while, I tried to, focus on it, but I couldn't because of the stress and the guilt from previous stuff, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And, yeah. So, I mean, that video I was talking about empowerment the other day is worth watching. And I am not going to repeat all that same information. I am really not going to do that. There are tests and there are challenges and there are things you have to, continue to, tough times endure. I mean, I was reading a novelette a couple years ago called The Old Man and the Sea, and that really does have to do with endurance, of how he had to keep persisting to try to catch a fish. And then sharks or other creatures ate part of the fish, trying to, catch it, trying to, hold onto the line, tugging at the line instead of, the song "Let Go of the Line." No, he was not going to do that. He was going to keep it, no matter how painful, no matter how long, no matter how hard, and we can feel like giving up. We can feel like, oh, man, and so, just bread tables, castles, and castles in the air. I mean, those are the reward systems that are set in place, but you need to go through that kind of thing. And, life is sort of climb that mountain to reach your goals and be willing to do the work and put in the work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm not hesitating, and I'm going, and I'm taking action, and I am doing it. And you feel better about yourself. And these are basic life lessons. This time last year, I felt so abundant. I mean, I was recovering. From that hospital procedure that I had to endure. Thing up my nose, in my throat, trying to get, hoping that it would get out and that I wouldn't have to have it up there anymore and that I would just, I mean, when I went there originally, I thought, okay, I'm going to have the procedure, I'm going to spend some time in the hospital just recovering, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Didn't know that I have a thing up my nose. Just made it miserable. Absolutely miserable. And I really had days of abundance when I was at home. And yeah, so I will, definitely do some things today, watch shows, do stuff. Now, I have to be honest. Another thing that I've had to endure before I close this off today. I have to endure what I'm trying to break out of. I'm trying to do new things I've never done before, so it's a little scary. I'm, new routines and habits that I have to trust myself. That's fine. I have to endure through, time and get through me trying to create new habits in place for myself because I need to draw boundaries and I need to free myself and I need to do things for me to relax and because after a while a certain pattern doing something over and over again is not serving me and I have to change that. So and so the very last thing I'm going to do for today is I'm going to share with you. Actually, maybe I can see if I can do it this way here. Because there's other astrological factorians that play into today's content. Daily horoscope. Friday, December 16th. Sun in Sagittarius, Moon in Virgo. The weekend has arrived, and we have organized fun on the agenda. Sagittarius has been itching to get out of the office and ready for the party to start. Virgo will make sure you get to and from your destinations on time, hopefully. This combination can have too many things going on to actually be on time. Go somewhere you have never gone before and take the scenic route. Scenic route, says Sag. Don't forget the supplies and GPS, says Virgo. Bring your friends along for the ride for some intellectual conversation, says the release point in the heavens right now, Gemini. I have a friend on the island in this video of us dancing. We are both Geminis. The uninhibited sign is really the get out of jail free card on a weekend like this. There is a T-square in the heavens that releases in Gemini. In other words, if you're feeling antsy, you need to get up and wiggle. Get out and wiggle. This is the first weekend in months that I have noticed that I am free to do exactly what I want. That makes every Gemini happy. Every week, I organize my schedule because I have some Virgo Sag in me. And then, and then, and then, this is so hard. And then, where's and then? Okay. And then I work backward. I deliberately make a window of time that is loosey-goosey this weekend. Loosey-goosey this weekend. This Gemini in this video is going to be my get out of jail free card. Are we going to have fun? That's not a word in my vocabulary. I have to tell the Virgo in me we have permission to multitask and go off and color outside the lines. Sag is encouraging it. So many people with this combination feel self-conscious BC they can do organization. Add another letter to that, that's the British Broadcasting. Oh my goodness gracious. They can do organization and have fun in short sprints. And then they feel guilty for not being thorough. This combination is actually messy and yet organized. When I am doing a reading for these people, I get permission slips to not feel so bad about themselves. That is what is going on this weekend. Messy and organized. Permission to schedule fun. Let me know what you are doing on a winter weekend like this. Apparently, the storm has passed. Is there anything planned for your weekend for fun? Earth signs Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Moon in Virgo, Virgo Moon, Sagittarius season, daily astrology, schedule, astrology observations, astrology posts, astrology 2023, which is actually be 2022 because we're still in 2022. And this is post. This is what it looks like on the phone under the community tab, as you can see on YouTube, community posts. The image here, the like button, the down thumbs down, the share button, the comments. Let me just give you a quick tutorial before I sign off of how to share a post. I click the share button. I type something in what I want to type. Oh, okay. Daily astrology. December 16th. 2022. And then you can see here, view, I'm going to click view, and it just shows up on my page just like that. Just going to just delete this. You can edit what you've written about it, or you can delete it. I'm going to delete it, cancel or delete. It gives you a little message here. Delete this post and all of its comments permanently. Deleted. There we go, everybody. Okay. And the spiritual quote of the day is right here. It is easier. Just get a little bit of. There we go. It is easier to change your thinking than to change the world. Changing your thinking will definitely change the world. How much attention does this post have? It has about 67 comments. Wow. Okay. That is all I want to say for this video. I'll maybe add more to the routine. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.